Hi, Craig Thompson Wood coming back again for turn 6 of the Duel of Ages 2 Triad campaign. I am actually just restarting here on turn 6 and rebooted it back to the starting spots because my brother had pointed out there's a couple things I've been doing wrong. And so I just wanted to make sure I'm doing, like I said in the last video, I want to make as few mistakes as possible. I know there's probably going to be mistakes that I make, but I do want to correct them where I can. The first thing didn't actually have any impact on the game up to this point, so that's good. What I'd done wrong is I was comparing, when two people were fighting, I'm comparing both their combat scores to each other, the melee to the melee. What you're doing is you're comparing the melee to the other person's react. Now, in the case, the only one going on there was Perry Owens versus the Panther, and so it was no change there. Any of the hits were still hits. So that combat is still went on. They did 2 damage each to each other. They're sort of tumbling around on the ground, fighting each other. And so that was the one thing there. The other thing was looking over here where we had the Kung Fu Punks and Devin Regal. Now, in the Kung Fu Punk card, it says here, it had this symbol, and it says in the rules that the all cards are lost. So it just says lost. So lost to me means that all his cards are gone. So they're not going to be something that somebody else could pick up. So Devin Regal was, I guess he was mugged by those punks, and his cards are gone. Nobody's going to get those anymore. So those 2 things were removed. So just to remind ourselves, he had the Secret Research and a gyro needler, which was was going to be a good gun for Ryan Knight, were he not in jail currently. So, and I think that was it. Oh, there was one other thing as well. I looked at it. It says specifically for auras, like with Zekatal's aura, it does. It says it goes into the domes. I'm going to assume, it doesn't say specifically does it go out of the dome. I'm going to assume that it does. So what that meant then, with Executal's aura, it says that anybody who within enemies that begin their move within 4 auras suffer -1 speed. So when Flicker ran out of here, she has a 7 speed. So I moved her 7. So she'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I had noticed too during the thing that I'd moved Enrak up through the dome here, which is illegal. So I moved him back around this way. So that's where we're at. And I am going to pick it up from here. So let's begin with turn 6. So for turn white, start of turn 6, we're looking at the free action phase. So for the free action phase, Odessa of Omri is going to be dropping one of her cards. So she has 4 cards here, and I think the show of self-sufficiency is, it's just four things just for one achievement. It's too much. So she's going to get rid of that, and she's able to draw a common or a secret. I'm just going to go for a common card off the top here, and she gets a 38 snub nose. So she gets a revolver. Oh, now she drops that card. I guess she could be teasing Ryan Knight if there's a window in the thing, because she's right next to him after she got him with that booby trap. So she's dropping that card right there, and leaving that card there, should anybody else want to go for that. That's Clara Barton has nobody to heal. The only other person with a free action on the team is Dr. Memnar, who is going to use his free action to try and turn into the monster. So on a 0 to 4, he remains the scientist. On a 5 to 9, he turns into the monster, and he gets a 9. So we're looking at the luck rating here. So he gets a 9, so he has become the monster. So he's going to be using the stats on the right-hand side. Okay, so that's it for the free actions. So firing, nobody, well, actually, you know what? Flicker does have a grenade she could throw. She's not great at throwing. But now an important thing to remember is that if she were to fire in the fire phase, she is not going to be able to move in the move phase. And I think she's probably should be trying to just get away from Enrak. I mean, she has an ability where she can steal cards and stuff like that, but he doesn't have any cards, so it seems sort of a pointless exercise to do that. I mean, Boris, he's a bit better in hand-to-hand combat, but again, Enrak, this is his thing. This is what he does, and I don't really want to be tempting fate on that one if possible. So I think what I'm going to do is she's not going to fire. So then there is nobody with any kinds of guns or anything like that. So let's well, I mean, Jolie has the gun, but the bow, but that's nothing she can use, and Odessa doesn't have anything to fire at. So, well, I guess Baba Yaga's up here, but probably not a lot of sight. Well, anyway, we're gonna leave that. Go on with movement, right? So after the fire phase, we go into movement phase. So starting with Odessa. Now seeing Ned Kelly coming down here, I think Odessa is going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, come central, and be able to use her bow on him because he does have a card. So maybe we can steal that card from him with her clutching bow that she has that steals items. Down here, we have the Little John challenge. So while I'm just in this area, I'm just thinking of Dr. Memnar. He goes 8. So he can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So with his movement, he can actually get right down there to that challenge against Little John with the quarterstaffs because he's quite strong. So this is a good challenge for him. And then, yeah, Ned Kelly's got a big advantage against Jolie. I mean, she's got the one bow. I don't think the bow's going to take Ned down in one shot. So we're going to move Odessa and her crew up there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So they're all just going to sit in the middle there. Now, they are lords, so Ned Kelly does kind of like that idea. And being that Jolie is an icon as well, means that Odessa can stop in her space. She will not stop in anybody's space if they're not a lord or an icon, but she's an icon, so that's going to be okay. Clara Barton is going to come 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, she can make it into the Colonial Labyrinth over here. So she's coming to the Colonial Labyrinth. And then Corporal Janus is going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It costs 3 points to go through a building. And so Perry Owens, well, he's not going to outrun that Panther or anything. Well, okay, so that's Corporal Janus. Flicker. Does Flicker want to go up there and help in that combat with the Tiger? Or does she want to go somewhere else? Flicker's got a great stealth, so she can maybe try and get into the base and start messing with things over there. So moves cost 1 through building, can cross cliff sides, an extra cost movement of 3. Interesting. So you know what? I think I'll use Flicker's ability here. And she'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It says she can cross a cliffside for 3 points. That gives her a bit of room to get away from Enrak. But then again, there's a lot coming. Well, I don't know. It's hard to say. It's just, I don't want to necessarily go throwing too much into that thing in the middle there. Because Zekatil's coming up. You have Ned Kelly. You have Enrak. You have already the Tiger there. And then Sterling Jack's. Not Sterling Jack's much of a combatant, but still, it's looking a little bit grim. So she's going to come over there. And so Perry Owens is in the fight. Boris Angelinov, he is 1, 2, 3, 4. He is 4 away from Zekatil, so it's going to have a -1 to his movement. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He is going to come up there and try and help out with what's going on up here. Maybe he and Perry Owens can turn the tide. And that's Boris, then Dr. Memnar. So everybody has gone for their movement. So let's go on to Opfire. So for Opfire, nobody has a gun in the black team right now, but what they do have is the Sentinel set up here. So Sterling Jack had set up the Sentinel, and Flicker had just run right in front of it. So it's doing a 7, and it's going to be versus her stealth. So it's a 7 versus her stealth of 9, so the defender is better by 2. Defender better by 2. And that's a miss. So it has missed Flicker. No effect. Okay, so that's it for the op fire. So we go on to the melee. So in the melee, we have Perry Owens, we have Boris Andronov, and we have the Panther. Now, they all have a wits of 7. So I said before that the defender would get the tiebreaker. So that will be the Panther. Now, the Panther, when released, has to declare a target. So the target was Perry Owens. So it's going to attack Perry again. Remember, Perry's down to 2 now. So Perry... Now, let's doing this properly. The Panther has a melee of 7. Perry has... This is Perry, has a react of 5. So he is defender, as attacker, better by 2. Sorry, hold that so I can pull a black card. Attacker better by 2 is a hit. So now the Panther has a 4 penetrate to his armor of 3. So it's attacker better by 1. Attacker better by 1 is plus 0 damage. So that means with the 3 damage he's causing, that is going to be Perry Owens dead. And then that also means the Panther with the K there means that once he kills his target, he is gone. So we can remove those 2 from the board, and Boris Andronov is there by himself now. Perry didn't have any items, so nothing is dropped. I'm going to kill Perry Owens because remember at the end Sterling Jack said 5. He was going to say 5 people left, so that leaves 7 people on the white team now, and with 1 person in jail they want to, I think, try and tip the balance, right? They want to make sure they have that strength advantage too, and they've got some good combatants too. So down 1, 2 more to go. And that's it for the melees then. So after that, we're going to go on to adventuring. So first we're going to do Dr. Memnar at the ancient labyrinth here, where he's facing off against Little John. So it's a strength, and he doesn't match any of the symbols. So, and he does not match the age. He's colonial, this is ancient. So it's just going to be a 9 to a 6. So it's attacker better by 3. An attacker better by 3 is a success. So a success is Little John makes a big splash. And so that means we're going to put a white token into there. And that is done. And then Dr. Memnar is dismissed, and he goes to a red dome. So the red domes, well, there's 2. There's here and here. So, well, I think we're just going to go here. No sense in I don't necessarily want to be throwing a lot of people. There just seems like to be a big muck going on here, big combat. And again, he's you know what? He's very good at combat. He's very good. So, all right, you know what? Let's just throw him in. That's what he does. Let's let him do what he does. And so that's that adventuring. So now we're down to Clara Barton. And Clara Barton is getting a colonial thing. So this is the thing. So it's a Brock named Fire Eater. So it's a reactive 7. And looking at Clara Barton, well, she doesn't match any of the symbols at the top. Her react is only 3, but she does match the age as a colonial. So it's a difference of 4 based on the scores, but this will be a difference of 3 because of the colonial advantage. So it's defender better by 3 is a fop. In the future, try not to hit the ground at that angle, and she is banished. So she's banished to a blue, and so she will go to blue. Well, there's only one blue to go to, because Devin Regal's in this one here, and there's only 2 blue on the map. So she's coming here, which is fortunate for her. I think if she could pick anywhere, that was exactly where she'd like to be. So, and so that's it for adventuring. Yes, that is it for the turn. That is it for Team White. Let's go on to Team Black. So for her free action, Princess Sunglow is going to be taking a Lith Tribute. So I've got all the Lith Tributes here in front of me. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to, let's see what pops out of the dispensary. Oh, okay, well, there's the, maybe we'll just take that bacon there. Bacon's always a good present for Lith. So she's got that. Sterling Jack is done what he needs to do. So there's a lot of fighting going on there. There is a path down here. But, you know, does he necessarily want to get in there with Flicker? Yeah, she's not really a combatant either, so it's not like she's going to pick on him. So he's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. He's got intelligence and wits. So yeah, he's going to go. Oops, so that stays there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He's going to come running into Lith's chambers here, Lith's lair. Maybe take on one of those things inside there. Ryan Knight is in jail. Enrak the Fury is furious, as you might expect. And he's going to go 1, 2, 3. Sorry, Boris is up there. And he's going to jump on top of Boris. And then Devin Regal has a movement of 6. And he's futuristic all the way down here. Did you want to go that far? What was that, blue? So he's going to go 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He's just going to come up to there. And, oh, Princess Sunglow. Oh, sorry, I'm going ahead of myself here because I've done the free actions. So there was no other free actions to take. Right? So, yeah, it would be firing, but then, as I said, nobody has a gun or anything like that. So we're on to the movements. And so back to Princess Sunglow, who has a movement of 6. So she's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And again, not really, if Flicker tries to pick a fight with her, then there's a chance that Princess Sunglow could turn Flicker over to the other side. So may want to think twice about that one. Instead of attacking in melee, can target enemy character in the space. Discard one card, draw for luck. If luck is less than the enemy's respect, and well, actually, yeah, she could just 1, 2, 3, 6. You know what? She could do that, right? She can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and she could come after Flicker right there. and see if she can turn Flicker to another side, because Flicker only has a respect of 3. So it's if luck is less than the enemy's respect. Oh, so the lower your respect, the harder it is to switch sides. Oh, so that's actually not great. Flicker could hurt her. So you know what? We are going to go back to where we were and just not tempt fate that way. Okay. Sterling Jack has moved. Ryan Knight can't move. Enrak has moved. Devin Regal's moved. Ned Kelly. Well, you know, it's amazing, actually. You look at Baba Yaga, she is no slouch in hand-to-hand combat. I mean, she only does 1 damage, which kind of sucks. But the fact she has 7 penetrate is pretty amazing. And at melee start, she can try and get somebody to fight on their side. So that's interesting. So let's... Ned Kelly is going to come running in. He's going to jump those 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And Baba Yaga can also make it. So we're going to have a big fight in the middle there. See what comes of that. And then Xekatl, a Hive Mother, she moves half a space through caverns. Now she has a 3 movement. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is her... with each space counting half within the cavern, she scuttles on over there and lends herself to the fight. So let's see what we got going on. Now, aura does not count through cavern walls. So Flicker is safe from Xekatl's combat aura here, where within 2 aura. So 1, 2. So what's his name? Boris Antonov is going to get hit, but not Flicker. All right. So now before we go on to the things, we're going to do our op fire. So we have Jolie is going to, she has already revealed that she has the archer's badge, and now she's going to reveal that she also has the clutching bow. So with the clutching bow, let's pick it all up. So Jolie, with her archers, well, I guess we need the archer's badge too. Let's just review what it does. So it's her honor rating is going to be her throw rating for this. So her honor rating is 6, and so she has a 6 rating versus Ned Kelly's 4. So it's attacker better by 2. So attacker better by 2 is a miss. So she's actually missed with her bow. So all this build up in anticipation of, wow, what a perfect combo, and she missed. But wait, there's more. Odessa Omri is going to just let Ned Kelly have it with this. So it's a toe-guided missile. So 12 damage, 5 penalty. If this hits, he's toast. Let's see. So she has, this is, again, so it's her range skill here. So that is aim. Her aim is 6 versus his 4. So it's attacker better by, she's actually quite good with that. Oh, sorry. Her 5 versus his 4. I was looking the wrong way around. So 5 versus 4 is attacker better by 1. So attacker better by 1 is a hit. So she has hit him with this thing. It has a penetrate of 5 to his defense of... So it's a penetrate of 5 to his armor of 6. Good lord. So his defender better by 1. Defender better by 1 is minus 2 damage, which is still 10 damage. And he is obliterated. So he is just... now, it says 1, so I imagine that's even just like a one-shot weapon regardless. But Odessa has just pasted Ned Kelly. So Ned Kelly is, as he's running in, not suspecting that Odessa had such a weapon, and she just pasted him. But white team is not killing. White team has put him in jail, and so that is another team out of the way for them. So now that was it for Op Fire, because nobody else has any. Well, Flicker has grenades. Actually, Flicker has grenades. As I said that out loud, it suddenly occurred to me. Yes. So Flicker has her grenades. So she's going to reveal that she has grenades. And so as Princess Sunglow comes running in, she's using a defensive frag grenade. Okay, so she sees her, so there's no defensive bonus. So it's a throw versus stealth. And Princess Sunglow. Enemies must subtract their honor from hit attempts against Sunglow. Okay, so throw versus stealth. So her throw is, now, make sure I'm getting them right. Throw is the ball. So her throw is 5. Her stealth is 3. So it's attack her better by 2. But her honor, so because you have to subtract your honor rating, and the honor rating is the scales of justice here, so 4. So she's subtracting 4. So it's based on that, it's attacker better by 2, but then subtracting that is defender better by 2. So defender better by 2 is a hit. Still hits. The grenade hit. So now putting her away. So the grenade has hits, and it's a penetrative 7 versus her armor of 2 is attacker better by 5 is +1, so she's done 4 damage, which has just taken out Princess Sunglow. So now with Princess Sunglow, I'm just thinking as if she has the Lith Tribute and everything, so we'd have to interrogate her to get that. And the Lith Chamber's right there, so we are actually just going to kill Princess Sunglow. So she is gone, and she had a card which is going to be dropped in her space there. So I'm just going to put another token down here. So this card over here is Princess Sunglow card. I'm putting that matching thing here where Princess Sunglow was. There's that and the Lith Tribute together in the space where Princess Sunglow was, where there's only now a smoking crater. Wow, what a turn. Okay, that was unexpected. Because I kind of forgotten about Flicker with that grenade. So now, Baba Yaga, as we go into the combat phase, because now from Op Fire we go into melee. So Baba Yaga has the thing, so at the melee start you can challenge one character in Baba Yaga space, her wits versus their honor. On a passive maze, the enemy fights on her side in the melee. On Squeak or worse, she takes 1 damage. You cannot look at the enemy's unrevealed cards. So I think the wits versus honor, well, seeing as there's only 2 people, and I was going to say, you know, I would want to pick her because then I think that would mean that the henchmen are also fighting for her, which means we can probably just chop Jolie apart here. So, wits versus honor challenge. So this is the start of the combat. So that means wits versus honor is attacker better by 5. Attacker better by 5. Oh, still a fail. Oh my. That is unexpected. So that's not a good thing for Baba Yaga now. Because now she's facing the whole squad. So she has the highest wits there of 8 and 5 and 4. Okay, let's put them in order here. 8, 5, 4. But then we also have the undeads, which is a 3. And then the paratrooper is a 4. Okay, so that'll be the order of the fights. So first off, Baba Yaga, and I think her best shot is to just try And there's no way she can take out Odessa in one turn here, but she has to try. So it's a 6 combat versus Odessa's react of 2. So it's an attacker better by 4. Baba Yaga, you're not getting any luck today. So she missed. And so we go into Jolie. Jolie, her combat of 1 versus her reactive 6 is a defender better by 5. It's still a hit. Somehow she still hit. And then her penetrate of 1 to her armor of 2, attacker better, defender better by 1, is -2, and she only does 2, so that's Jolie done to no effect. And then we go into Odessa, and Odessa has a 1 versus 6, so defender better by 5 is a miss. And then we go on to the Undead Prince and Escort. It's a 5 versus 6, so defender better by 1 is a hit. Still a hit. And so it is a 3 penetrate to a 2 armor. Ooh, 4 damage. Could kill in one shot here. So it's attacker better by 1. Attacker better by 1 is -1 damage, is 3 damage. And so Baba Yaga's down to 1 health. And where's the paratrooper? There he is. The paratrooper then is a 5 to Baba Yaga's 6, so defender better by 1 is a miss. So Baba Yaga has barely survived that combat, and probably wants to get the heck out of there, unless she can turn things around. It was really unfortunate for her with that, being unable to turn Odessa over to her side. So that is it for that combat, and Team White has taken no damage there. So we go on to the next combat, which is Enrak versus Boris. So Enrak versus Boris. So in this fight, we have a 7 and a 7 wits. So defender is going to go first. So Boris is fighting first. It's his 7 combat versus his 7 react. So it is attacker better by 0. Attacker better by 0 is a miss. So Boris has missed. Enrak has an 8 to his 6. So it's attacker better by 2. So he is hit. It's a 4 penetrate to his 3 armor. So it's attacker better by 1. Attacker better by 1 is +0 damage. So he's done 2 to the 4. But now he attacks twice in melee. So he's attacking again. So it's attacker better by 2 is a miss. So Boris has taken 2 damage and was lucky to have survived that. Oh, but wait, there's more. Because Boris is 2 spaces away from Executal. Executal has Swarming Warriors during melee, can make a melee attack on every enemy within 2 aura. So it is going to attack. So that's going to be a 5 combat to Boris's 6. So it's a defender better by 1. Defender better by 1 is still a hit. And has a penetrate of 6 to a armor of 3. So attacker better by 3. Attacker better by 3 is +0. So that's 2 damage, which then is going to finish off Boris. Oh, yeah, I'm just noticing too, with the grenades that Flicker had, that's gone because she killed Sunglow. So Boris, so that would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we're going to kill Boris. So Boris is gone because, again, Sterling Jack said 5. And also we're down to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 players on the black team as it is currently, with 2 in jail and 1 dead. So it's been one heck of a turn. There is adventuring. No, there's no adventuring to be had. So that is going to be it for there's no reinforcements either, so that's going to be it for the turn. So at the end of it all, we've lost some more players this turn, and things are really starting to heat up. Will Baba Yaga live through the next turn? Who knows what's going to happen next? I mean, there's just a lot going on here. Exciting stuff. All right, so tune in next time. But before you do, remember to hit like and subscribe. Until then, I'm your host, Craig Thompson Wood, saying thanks for coming to the classroom.